Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are looking at the Mahindra ROXOR again, and a quick check on their website shows that the new ROXOR is still not in production. This is what we see when we go to configure a brand new ROXOR. It still asks for your email and says you will be sent an email whenever the ROXOR goes back into production. We're already about halfway through the year and production hasn't resumed, so probably third or fourth quarter we might see some action, but communication hasn't been very good. Prospective buyers and even those on the used market are slowly beginning to raise concerns about the availability of spare parts for the Mahindra ROXOR. I really love this RBT 2000. A little bit expensive, but it looks really cool and quite comparable to other overlanding trailers. Now this is a ROXOR that's on sale on the auction website called copart.com. I will put a link below. So the two interesting things about this: the first is looking at the roll cage, you can see that it held up pretty well. I don't know how bad the circumstances were when this thing crashed, but you can see the roll cage seemed to have done its job. Then the second thing is this is listed on the website as a Jeep ROXOR. So it's listed as a 2019 Jeep ROXOR on the copart.com website, and it is found in Utah. Today, which is the 7th of July 2021, there was another ROXOR on sale, and this time in Illinois, I think South Illinois. And when I left the auction, which was ongoing, it was already at about $7,000, and that unit hadn't come under the hammer yet. So there's still quite a demand, healthy demand for ROXORs, and that one was also crashed, albeit a little bit less than the one I just showed you guys, and it was also chock full of options like the winch, the bumper, aftermarket bumper, the light bar, and it had a spare tire also. So here I'm just washing off the ROXOR. Mine is not garaged, so after every so often, let's say couple of weeks, there's a fine layer of dust on the ROXOR. So in order to prevent that from causing long-term damage to the paint, I spray everything off using a pressure washer. Just note that I don't use any I don't have any detergent, so that kind of prevents some of the grease to be from being washed off, parts that need to have lubrication. So yeah, that takes just a few minutes and it gets the dust off, and with the ROXOR looking a little bit cleaner, it's time to go for a ride. So I'm still a little bit in the dark. I think there's still quite a healthy market and demand for the ROXOR in the North American market. People just can't seem to find them. Let's say if you know for sure there's a certain dealer that has them, that seems to be the problem. A way for the dealerships and the customers to connect. Most oftentimes you will see one guy on the west coast looking for a ROXOR, and the only ones available are maybe in Vermont or New Hampshire, or all across the country on the other side. So that might be a problem. Here you can see I have my little cube lights from Rigid. Those are wired directly to the battery, so if I pack the Roxor, I have to remember to turn those off. The good thing about the LED lights, the draw on the main battery itself seem to be not so bad. Since I got the LEDs, I don't have nearly as many problems with the battery going dead as I did before. Of course, cold weather will affect how strongly your battery will crank, but I think just having a lower draw on the battery when you're driving the Roxor helps with that process, helps a lot. So yeah, I'm just driving around, having fun. That's what the Roxor is meant for. I see so many low mileage Roxors for sale. You actually ask yourself, do the people just have more fun modifying their Roxors or actually driving their Roxors? For me, it's 50-50. I get almost as much satisfaction doing the few mods I've done as I do driving the Roxor around. I still had a few other projects to do around, so I didn't go off maybe to the lake or to town. The other day I drove to town when I did the comparison with the Jeep, the YJ, and I topped off my tank, so I really didn't have any business going to town today. And when I say go to town, I mean town is about 10 miles from where I am, so the round trip is about a 20-mile round trip. My homebrewed indicator light system, I love that a lot. So after washing the Roxor, especially using the pressure washer, I tend to turn on the indicator lights. They get warm, just a little bit warm, and that drives away the moisture. So in this video you might notice a few times that I have the blinkers going on. That's one of the reasons. And so far I'm happy with everything about the Roxor. It's a great little off-road vehicle, an on-road vehicle in the jurisdictions where you can have it titled and used on-road. It's just so much fun. I still have a few things to do. Not much. It's pretty close to where I want it to be, so yeah, I think it looks so much nicer after hosing it down. And that's about it. A few days ago we had temperatures in the high 90s, and boy oh boy was it cooking inside that cab. Today was a bit cooler, and all in all I think the cab is one of the best investments I made on the Roxor. Just being able to control your environment, that's huge for me, because we have such huge temperature swings on a daily basis out here. And then the bugs that we have, oh boy, those are vicious. So it helps a lot to be able to keep them out of the cab. And also with the dust mitigation, when you have an enclosed cab, you can put valuables in there. When you go to the lake, you can also put let's say your wallet, your purse when you go to town. And finally, just being able to not have the wind getting straight into your eyes, bugs, the dust once you go beyond 30 miles an hour. For me, that's a huge plus. So hopefully Mahindra Automotive North America reopens The states are slowly reopening, and people are slowly applying for jobs. I think it's a really cool job, being able to manufacture these ROXORs here in the United States. And I'm sure the people who worked for Mahindra Automotive North America think the same. There's definitely pent up demand for it. So we're all here hoping that the 2021 goes into production. Can't wait to see those what it looks like. Well guys, thanks for watching the video, and I will see you guys on the next one. Bye.